Hello, Dumaguete.
Hello, Negros Oriental.
Hello, Sillimanians around the world.
This is Joshua Soldivillo.
And this is Ronelyn Faith Vailoces-No.
You're watching
Silliman.
Welcome back, and you are still watching Silliman. And now, friends, we are going to meet and talk with the other set of candidates for the 80th edition of Miss Silliman this year. And of course, just like our first 5 ladies earlier, I will allow them to introduce themselves. Let's start with...
Hello everyone, my name is Cristine Helaiza Babor from the College of Mass Communication.
Hello everyone, my name is Jana Dela Torre from the College of Arts and Sciences.
Good day everyone, I am Sheen Empeynado from the medical school.
Hello everyone, good evening. I am Darling K. Marimon Calaramo, representing the Department of Senior High School.
And I am Szujara Sumalpong, your Miss College of Business Administration.
Ayan. Welcome to the show, ladies. And similar to the first 5 ladies that we have interviewed earlier, congratulations. This is already a big win for you all, and taking the challenge to represent your respective units is truly something that I commend. No? So congratulations. Right. So to warm up our conversation, I asked the ladies earlier about their go-to food, no, during Hibalag Booth Festival. Now, my question for you is, what would be your favorite part of our Founders Day celebration? Ako, personally, I really love the Parada Sillimaniana because I always love to see, all the alumni from the the earliest batch that could join up to the most recent one. So if you were to choose your favorite part of our Founders Day celebration, what would it be? Let's start with Miss CBA.
So as a member of the Silliman University Dance Company, unfortunately, we don't have any breaks. So by the time we end practices, it's normally towards the end of the Hibalag programs. But my most favorite of all during Hibalag season is when we bring out the bubble machine. Because I really love just playing around with everybody, with communing with the strangers and sharing smiles with them, which is entirely what the purpose of Hibalag is. It's unity, it's celebrating community.
It adds some sort of
yes,
vibrance
it
to
does.
the
It
festivity.
really does, Kuya.
Miss Senior High.
Okay, so my most favorite part of Hibalag would probably be the Miss Silliman, because
Ay, gusto ko yan.
as we know how it is, the Miss Silliman, it is like the trademark, or is like the most
One of the highlights
of the Hibalag. And as we all know, in Miss Silliman, it is a platform we are able to advocate for meaningful causes. So I would say that Miss Silliman is my favorite part of Hibalag.
Okay, good. How about for Miss Mascom?
Probably my favorite part of Hibalag season would be the highlight, which is the Miss Silliman. Because aside that, it is one of the biggest event for this Hibalag season. For me, it's kind of honoring the past while creating a better future for the next generation. And us women, we are continuing the legacy of Miss Silliman.
Okay. Miss Cass?
So I love everything about Silliman, and especially the Hibalag.
Okay. But first thing that comes to mind?
The first thing that comes to mind is the Miss Silliman itself, because I love seeing women with purpose, with passion, and their purpose to drive through and to give back to the community. And that is one of the best events that I can say.
Yeah, something that you always look forward to. Miss Medicine, may time pa bang mga estudyante ng School of Medicine? But I'm sure you find time.
Yes, it's really important to have time for the fun activities, even though we are in the medical school. Well, for me, for the Hibalag season, for the founders, I believe the most beautiful part about it is how it brings people together.
Right.
I am from Mindanao, And the Hibalag Festival is pretty famous in our town. And people from Mindanao, people from other parts of Visayas come to Dumaguete to celebrate Hibalag with us. And that for me is a great opportunity to show to them that we have a purpose of having this event here in Dumaguete, and it enables us to have a platform and also show them the culture that we have and also the Silliman spirit. So that's it. It's all about getting people together, bringing people together, and have a purpose for it. That's all.
Yeah, I also love seeing, friends, and although we are part of one university, sometimes there are also members, faculty and staff, that I rarely see, because of the busyness of work. But, it's during the Founders Day that we get to see each other, and that's very much correct, the Silliman spirit during Founders Day celebration. Now, earlier, I asked the same question to the first five ladies, and I will also ask the same question to you. This year's theme is Her Story Rewritten Forward. How do you intend to embody the theme this year? Let's start with Miss Senior High.
So the theme, her story, rewritten forward, is basically saying that we will continue the legacy of the women who were before us, the women of the past Miss Silliman. For me, the theme resonates with me because as an advocate of financial literacy for sustainable and ethical entrepreneurship, I intend to rewrite the futures of my beneficiaries, which are small vendors and small entrepreneurs, because these businesses are what sustains their families. And I would like to help these people to rewrite their future and help them to sustain their families, and also help them to create a better future for their children. And so the theme, Her Story Rewritten Forward, is continuing the legacy of the previous Miss Silliman, and it is rewriting a better future for the people.
Yeah, and that's something that is very needed right now, diba? Because if you see the news, there's really a struggle when it comes to managing the finances of one. And as young as you are, a senior high school student, that's something that is very commendable, that you are actually pushing forward for a financial literacy advocacy. So all the best with that, Miss Senior High. Speaking of entrepreneurship and business, I'm also interested with Miss Sibay's way of embodying the theme this year.
When I first heard of this year's Miss Silliman theme, rewriting her story, rewritten forward rather, there were three things that came to mind. Looking back to the past with gratitude, honoring the present, and nurturing the future. My advocacy, Lihok Alang sa Mas Maayong Ugma, began with the story of the young girl who fell in love with dance. She fell in love with the freedom of movement, with the release of having to create art while letting go of all other worldly problems. And it started with her. And it is through her that I plan to honor the present by reaching out through dance to intervene in the unhealthy, excessive screen time that is currently prevalent amongst our children.
Yeah.
I plan to honor our children through that young little girl's story, through dance, but more specifically through ballet, because that was the first art form that I fell in love with.
All right.
And I plan to nurture the future by implementing Lihok Alang sa Mas Maayong Ugma, in the hopes that our children not only grow to be just simply adults, but individuals of faith, of character, competence, and integrity. And so I personally embody her story rewritten forward by my story rewritten forward. Thank you so much.
Yeah, wonderful, Miss CBA. A World Economic Forum report says that the number one concern right now among the young people is lack of physical activity, no? So, dancing and the movement would really help a lot, no? Baka mag-enroll din ako dyan, Miss CBA. Okay. How about our Miss Cass, no? How do you intend to embody the theme this year?
Our theme this year, Her Story Written Forward, is not just a theme, but also it's actually us remembering the past queens for the past 8 decades and them having the legacy and giving back to the community. And just like them, I want to make a change and I want to rewrite the history. I want to stand my ground, and I will always go back to my advocacy. My advocacy entitled "Medicines Are Not Candy" is acknowledging or giving education to young youth today about medicine literacy. You know, there are 55% of students or people today who buy medicines online, and thousands of people die due to medicine-related diseases. I mean, medicine-related death. And you know, as a pharmacy student myself, I've witnessed everything from self-medication, from
To AI consultation.
yes, from self-medication to informations online,
Right.
fake claims like, oh, this medicine can make you more slimmer, this medicine can make you more whiter, you know, those brain booster medicines. And I realized that how easy it is to access just by clicking the yellow basket and placing order. We can have the medicines that we want without actually thinking about the posing risk or the risk that this medication have. So our youth have misinformation or faces a lot of misinformations online, and we need action. And this is the reason why I joined Miss Silliman. Miss Silliman is a bigger platform, not just for me, but also for my candidates to make a change and to use this voice. I started this advocacy with just a vision of me scrolling through TikTok and realizing everything. And you know, I am here sitting in front of everybody representing my college, which is College of Arts and Sciences, and I'm full of hope that we can take this into action.
So yeah, that's very important and correct. Now, with the accessibility right now, while accessibility is a gift for humanity, that could also be, you know, bringing out disadvantages. And as you've mentioned, that's something that's really dangerous when it comes to our health, no? Now, speaking of health and medicine, let's also ask our Miss Medicine, your plans in embodying the theme this year.
All right. So to embody the theme, first is we have to honor the foundations and the legacy that women that came before us has made. And how do we integrate our current generation's values to the values as to before? So with that, as a Miss Silliman candidate, I plan to embody the theme for this year through emphasizing and implementing the advocacy that we have. So for that, we have the advocacy of having a safe schools initiative. So through that, I also want to envision a legacy and leave that kind of value, leave that kind of advocacy to the people who will receive its purpose. So that for me is the legacy, that for me is an honor that I would want the current generation to embody as well, the same way that the people who came before us has made their purpose in our community.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Medicine. And of course, Miss Mascom.
No, to answer your question, this year's theme, Her Story Rewritten Forward, to me, that every Sillimanian woman has the power to create a positive change. Her story reminds us that our stories and values can inspire others. And this would also resonate to my advocacy, which is focusing on children with disabilities, because I do believe that it aims to promote an inclusive society where they feel belong and they feel that they have a space and to be treated normally. Thank you.
Wow. I think after sharing your plans and advocacy, I'm seeing now common denominators that you share, and I also see your unique ways of pushing them forward. So all the best, and I'm pretty sure you will be successful in your advocacies, guys. Now, my next question for you, you can answer this in a personal level, or you can also answer this generally, because I want to ask you about, in a woman's life, no, there's always this chapter of difficulty, and this difficulty could be necessary for you to become the woman that you want to be. No? So, personal or generally, no, allow me to ask this question. What is one chapter of your life that was difficult to live through, but necessary for the woman you are becoming? All right. Let's start with Miss Medicine.
So, one chapter in my life that I found difficult was when I was a nurse. So I worked for a year at one of the hospitals here in Dumaguete City, and it was difficult because I feel like I lost my direction in life.
Okay.
Yes, and it's difficult to find my purpose again. So through this, through countless brainstorming, through countless reflection, I have realized that I want to pursue another level in my life, and that is to go to the medical school. So here I am fulfilling my purpose, I am fulfilling my vision, my dream for myself, and that for me, I think, is that I am on my way I am on my way into finding a brighter future for myself, and that in the past I may be confused about my career, about my future, but then here I am now working on it.
Wow. So, but you know, sometimes we think that we are lost, but actually it's just the universe's way of redirecting us to what's really meant for us. No? And here you are for your advocacy. So thank you so much for sharing that, Miss Medicine. Miss Senior High.
Okay, so one of the most challenging parts of my life, I would say, would be back in junior high school when I joined my first ever pageant. So I am a very introverted person. I am shy, and I don't usually put myself into uncomfortable situations or or experiences that I am not really familiar of. And so in that time, a lot of people around me, my friends, my peers, my family, they saw something in me, and they pushed me that I should join it, I should join that pageant, and that I should put myself into this uncomfortable situation so that I will be able to grow from it and learn new experiences from it. So I would say that through joining that pageant and through putting myself into that uncomfortable position, it molded me into who I am now, a confident woman, and a woman who stands here with purpose. And also, I am not from Silliman. I went to a different school in junior high school, and entering in senior high school, it is a new environment, new faces, new people, and I was very scared. And the same thing also happened for the search for the Miss Senior High School. And entering senior high, I told myself that I will not join anything or any pageant, any organizations, any committees. I told myself that I would just explore more, and I would just look around and basically just experiment with stuff, but I will not put myself into those uncomfortable situations.
Right. But here you are right
But
now.
then here I am right now, again, because of my friends, because of my peers. They
Yes.
pushed me into joining this because they said that they saw something in me, and
Okay.
it is their belief in me
All right.
that made me join, and
And found
and
your
found
confidence
my
again.
confidence and found my purpose. that's it.
Yeah, so it's like a full circle journey now that, it happened to in the past. And they say that we are living in a VUCA world, no? Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And that's just one way to make through it, which is to be comfortable with the discomfort. So good job there, Miss Senior High. How about you, Miss CBA?
I believe I am a woman who is constantly becoming. I am made up of all the experiences in my life, both good and bad. But the more recent one is, I believe, happened to me during my first year. Because I am not from Dumaguete. I'm from Cagayan de Oro City, which is miles away from here. And I didn't know anyone from here. I didn't have any friends. I was not close to family members here. And so it was challenging on my end because I had to technically, essentially, restart from bottom to up because I don't have any network of support system, anyone
New
to lean on.
environment.
A very new environment, indeed, very new. And new cultures. In fact, this Miss Silliman even was one of the things that I was culturally shocked about because we don't put as much weight into school pageants back in my hometown. And so I believe that taking that first step forward to break past the discomfort and choose to move to Dumaguete, move to Silliman University for my educational and my learning experiences is what enabled me to become the woman I am today. Someone who is constantly growing, someone who is more than, in fact, comfortable with addressing the discomfort, and someone who chooses faith in herself and faith in the above over fear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss CBA. Miss Cass.
Okay, this question is very so personal to me because, this year have changed me into someone I didn't know. I didn't know that oh my God, I existed just like this. If I would answer that question, it would probably the pharmacy, the pharmacy itself. It's so challenging. And, I've been through a lot and that failures, I've been through a lot. I've been through failures, I've been through downfalls. And that failures and downfalls changed me of who I am today. And, it built me to have that confidence in me. And there's this one book I read. It is To Live is to Die. So in order for me to experience everything, in order for me to shape all of the things that I've been through, I have to go through that. And also, if I have to tell something or I have to advise my younger self, it's okay to cry because your body contains 70% of water. So you have that within you to cry, to be soft.
Interesting. Miss Mascom.
To answer that question, sir, what difficulty I've experienced is that when I first joined my municipality pageant way back 2024, it was my first time joining pageant that year. And so because I was very an introverted person and shy person, it was new to me to be exposed on the public. And that way I've realized that there is a pressure. The pressure is on when it comes to pageantry because many people is expecting you to be that kind of to be that kind of girl, and so that I realized to myself way back that pageantry comes more. It is more than just a pageant. For young girls who are joining pageantry, it gives them confidence and it shows with the inner self to a beautiful heart you're showing to the people.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you, girls. Now, in the previous batch of ladies, I asked them to actually rewrite a statement using the last word of the statement that I will be reading. But with this batch, what we will do is we will have an improv. No? So improv the statement, rewrite the statement. So I will read out a statement and hopefully in one sentence or two, you will rewrite it into a socially responsible and empowering statement. Okay, are you ready? Okay, you will never be ready. All right, let's start Miss Mascom going to Miss CBA. Miss Mascom, this is the statement. Women are too emotional to become effective leaders. women are too emotional to become effective leaders. Rewrite the statement.
Women are too emotional to become an effective leader. I think it is something like people are looking for when a woman is leading the people. And leadership for me is something like you don't just lead the people around you. You support them, you guide them through to a better community you are supporting for. And for me, I believe that leadership is something like not not able to downgrade women because they are just a woman. I feel like it's something like uplift women because they are women.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Miss Cass, this is your statement. Beauty pageants are only about physical appearance. Beauty pageants are only about physical appearance. Rewrite the statement.
Beauty pageant is about purpose and about your will to give back to the community. Thank you.
Okay. Short and sweet. Thank you, Miss Cass. Miss Medicine, this is your statement. Young people do not have enough experience to create meaningful change. Young people do not have experience to create meaningful change. Rewrite the statement.
I believe that young people are capable to a lot of potential and that change comes in many forms. May it be, even though you're young or you're old, you are still able to create purposeful change in our society.
Thank you so much, Miss Medicine. Miss Senior High, this is your statement. A strong woman should never need help from anyone. A strong woman should never need help from anyone. Rewrite the statement.
When seeking for help, it does not mean that you are not strong, yes. It does not make you less of a woman when you are seeking for help. Because when you are seeking for help, you're able to gain more insights onto something. So when you say that when women seek for help, it does not mean that they are more or less of a woman or if they are less capable of doing things.
Thank you, Miss Senior High. Miss CBA, men are better leaders than women. Men are better leaders than women. Rewrite the statement.
Leadership is not defined by gender. It is defined by the character and the integrity of the person responsible and charged with the title of leadership. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss CBA, Miss Senior High, Miss Medicine, Miss Cass, and Miss Mascom. Of course, I'm not gonna let you go without completing our sentence because you are filling out a form, no, applying for the Miss Silliman crown this year. So you need to complete the statement. Her story moves forward when. All right. Her story moves forward when. Let's start with Miss CBA. Miss CBA, her story moves forward when.
Her story moves forward when purpose is transformed into action.
Well said. Miss Senior High, her story moves forward when.
Her story moves forward when she uses her voice to uplift others.
Okay. Miss Medicine, her story moves forward when.
Her story moves forward when we take into account what is in the past and what is in the present, integrated together, and create change and purposeful movement in our society.
Miss Cass, her story moves forward when.
Her story moves forward when she have the purpose and she become the catalyst of hope and catalyst of change.
Okay. Miss Mascom, her story moves forward when.
Her story moves forward when she honors the past while still continuing its mission and the purpose of a hopeful Silliman.
All right, there you go. Thank you so much, Miss CBA. Palakpakan naman natin sila, 8,000 audience na nasa studio ngayon. For a job well done. Again, congratulations. And of course, to our televiewers, no, your story moves forward when you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Malapit nang mag 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully, you continue to support us, of course, our platforms online. And of course, daghang salamat. And we look forward to the launch this August. I hope we can flash the dates and the poster in one of the segments here. And again, congratulations, guys. All the best. There you go, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Until next week, and to God be the glory. Hey there, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Daghang salamat for joining us tonight. Continue supporting our Facebook page. It's called #Silliman. Don't forget to share, like, and comment on your favorite episodes. And of course, our YouTube channel, it's still called #Silliman. Don't forget to click the notification bell for you to be updated with our recent posts. See you there. And of course, we are airing every Monday night. That's 8 p.m. on Channel 6 Peel Products Dumaguete. Replays are aired every Tuesday before the noontime news and Saturday after the noontime news. In behalf of Ronelyn Faith Vailoces-No, this has been Joshua Soldivillo. See you next week only here on #Silliman.